Learned devotees and servants of God, let me present my speech with the help of my written script so that I can cover many points. Otherwise, I will go deep in one point only, and that will consume all the time. Veda says that God is unimaginable. He is beyond words, beyond mind, beyond intelligence, and beyond even imagination. He is beyond form and formless. Earth is formful. Space is formless. God is beyond both earth and space. Both are created by Him. The formful and formless objects are present in the space. If God is imaginable, there is multiplicity in the imaginable items, and hence everybody is fascinated to a specific imaginable item. Somebody says sun is God, somebody says light is God, somebody will say space is God. This leads to different philosophies and religions, resulting in quarrels, disturbing world peace, and sometimes ending in terrorism. There cannot be even two unimaginable. Unimaginable must be one only, and hence the unimaginable God must be one only. Every religion says that their God only created this earth and humanity on it. But unfortunately, there is one earth only, and hence there is one God only, who is the father of all this humanity. Since creation is imaginable, creator is unimaginable, all these human beings of humanity are imaginable items only and cannot even imagine God. Hence, unimaginable God through an imaginable medium for the sake of humanity to give right spiritual knowledge for the right direction in the spiritual journey, which is the primary aim. For this, the best convenient medium is only human form and not inert objects. Of course, any inert object can be treated as a representative model of God for the sake of developing personal devotion to God, even though direct service to God is not possible, since it is possible only in the case of contemporary human incarnation. Krishna, Buddha, Mahavir, Jesus, Muhammad, etc. are such human incarnations. God comes in human form in every generation, sometimes simultaneously in different countries also, so that God is not partial to one human generation only without reason. One generation only does not contain good people, since every generation contains both good and bad people. Buddha's silence about God should not be misunderstood as negation of God, as misunderstood by his followers. His silence means that God is beyond words, who is unimaginable. Muhammad, himself being the human incarnation, did not accept the concept of human incarnation, since his preceding human incarnation, Jesus, was crucified by the fellow human beings, suffering with excess of ego and jealousy towards co-human beings. A training under the headline, Service to Humanity is Service to God, is essential for human beings to remove this jealousy towards co-human beings, so that the humanity recognizes the contemporary human incarnation and does a direct service to God. Such meeting the alive human incarnation is called as yoga, which means very fortunate union. For service, good physical and mental health is needed. But unfortunately, today yoga is confined to health exercises only. This one unimaginable God comes to different countries on this earth in different human forms to propagate the same contents of the same spiritual knowledge in different languages, following different cultures. Therefore, God being The one creator father of this humanity on earth preached the same spiritual knowledge simultaneously in all countries from the beginning of this creation by coming in different human forms. Hence, there is no partiality of God, who is the impartial divine father of this humanity. But every conservative religion says that their human incarnation alone is God, and his message alone is the right path. These conservatives do not have patience to examine the unity of contents in various scriptures. If this argument of these conservatives is correct, God becomes partial without reason for giving right knowledge to one country only, with which all other countries were disconnected. When Krishna spoke Gita in India, all the disconnected foreign countries could not receive Gita. If you say that India alone contained good people, so that partiality of God is justified, this is not. India contained several evil people also who fought with Krishna. Same criticism applies to conservatives of Christianity or conservatives of any religion in the world. India was discovered by Vasco da Gama in 1700 AD, after 1700 years from the delivery of Holy Bible by Jesus in Jerusalem. In these 1700 years, more than 17 human generations have passed in the disconnected India, which did not have the opportunity of coming in contact with Jesus and Bible, and they have gone to the liquid fire in the hell unnecessarily for their no fault. Had there been contact of Bible and Jesus, at least some of them might have been saved. The communication gap between India and Jerusalem was not the fault of these 17 generations. If you say that Jerusalem alone contained good people, it is not correct, since Jesus was crucified by bad people in this region only. Conservatives of any religion have no answer to this criticism. But we from universal spirituality give excellent answer, saying that the same one unimaginable God gave same subject in the form of various scriptures in the various disconnected countries. Anybody in any country following these contents went to God, and those who opposed those contents went to hell. Hence, God is devoid of partiality. If the conservatives still says that let God be foolishly partial, I salute him and leave. This logic in knowledge should satisfy the present people of advanced scientific analysis, who cannot be convinced by appeals to heart, telling the story of sea frog and well frog, as said by Swami Vivekananda. Time is changing fast. Today no heart is functioning, only brain is functioning. The scientists need not negate the existence of unimaginable God, saying that everything is imaginable or explicable. They refuse saying that everything is imaginable. They refuse miracles, which are unimaginable events indicating the unimaginable God. But they agree to infinite space, which has unimaginable boundary. Hence, unimaginable is agreed by scientists. The unimaginable boundary of space itself is God. The imaginable space ends at its boundary, like the water ends at the boundary of the ocean. The land, which is different from water, appears at this boundary. Similarly, the unimaginable God appears at the boundary of imaginable space or universe. If you follow the track of smoke, it ends at its boundary, which is different fire, that is the generator of smoke. Similarly, this space ends at its boundary, which is its generator, that is unimaginable God. Space should not exist in its generator, that is God. If it exists, it means that space exists before its generation. It is absurd and impossible. Therefore, God is not having space, that is spatial dimensions. You cannot imagine anything having no spatial dimensions, even if you concentrate for million years. Hence, God is unimaginable. The Creator, that is God, is unimaginable. The unimaginability is proved by miracles, which are events. The creation is imaginable, which is in two forms, the visible matter and invisible energy. The invisible energy is in two forms, inert and awareness. The inert energy working in specific systems is transformed into specific works like respiration in lung system, circulation in blood vessel system, etc. The inert energy can be also visible as light in certain frequency. Similarly, the inert energy functioning in a nervous system is transformed into a specific work called awareness or soul. Hence, soul is a part of the imaginable creation only and not the unimaginable creator. The human being is a single phase system in which matter and energy are homogeneously mixed. When a selected human being is charged by the third component, that is the unimaginable God, it becomes the human incarnation. Father of heaven is again the mixture of unimaginable God and the departed human being made of soul and energetic body in the human being always is unable to recognize the unimaginable God and hence treats the incarnation as the human being only. The human being neglects the human incarnation here, and the same human being in energetic body, when goes to the upper world, neglects the energetic incarnation in the upper world also. Everywhere, the principle is repulsion between common media, and the human being loses God here and there and forever. If the human being recognizes human incarnation here, it will recognize energetic incarnation, that is Father of heaven, there also in the upper world. The absolute God is the unimaginable God, and the human incarnation is the relative God. The relative God is identified by true knowledge as per Veda, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Science, called as logic in ancient days, that is analysis of creation, cannot help in directly identifying the absolute unimaginable God. But science helps in the identification of the constituents of this imaginable creation and helps to deny those imaginable God. Veda says that you can identify God only by denying everything in this world. Neti neti chachachade tadvedaha. This means God is identified as unimaginable. For example, soul is thought to be God. But science proves that soul or awareness is only a specific work form of the inert energy working in a specific functioning system called nervous system. You may doubt that how Shankara told that soul is God. Ramanuja and Madhva also told that soul is not God. This contradiction in the three sub-religions of Hinduism can be resolved by one simple point. The three philosophies speak about the soul in human incarnation only, and not about the ordinary soul of every human being. When the current charges the metallic wire, you can have both versions, that the electrified wire can be treated as current for all practical purposes, since the wire touched anywhere gives the shock, and also that current and wire are totally different entities from each other, because current is a stream of electrons and the metallic wire is a stream of metal. Thus, the resolution of this contradiction in the sub-religions of Hinduism is a stepping stone to remove the contradiction between the religions in the universe to establish world peace. I conclude. In ancient India, kings spent lot of funds on spiritual education, which is a theoretical subject as felt by the present people without realizing its practical effect. The spiritual education established faith in God and fear for hell, which control the sins like corruption, etc., resulting in perfect peace, avoiding necessity of courts and police, which are unable to control sins and result in the present chaos. You cannot blame me for not showing the hell to you, since you too are unable to show the absence of hell in this infinite space. In this 50-50 probability of existence and a non-existence of hell, it is better to err on safe side, which is not doing sin, believing in the existence of hell. Conferences of this type should be government funds so that the spiritual education is strengthened and its effect reduces the strain of the government by avoiding the sin in the society. That is the value of the spirituality. The government has forgotten this point and is supporting the technical education only. Education of materialism, not education of spiritualism. If they support the education of spiritualism like the ancient kings, then in ancient days the sin was fully controlled by itself. There was no need of controlling systems like police and courts. So the society will be in peaceful way by itself. That is the best achievement, the highest achievement for any government. So I thank you.
Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that propagating divine spiritual knowledge pleases the Lord greatly. Jnana yajnena tenaham. Spiritual knowledge brings about permanent harmony and peace in the world. So join us in sharing this universal divine knowledge of Lord Datta and earn the highest grace of God.
Guru Datta Shri Datta Jai Jai Prabhu Datta Trimurti Avatari Sakshat Parabrahma Shri Datta Swami Guru Datta